Today is September 9th. What I want to do today, because I won't be able to see you again for a while, because you won't do Mondays anymore, is I'd like to sort of review what we've done and then give you a plan to move forward so that you can keep up your piano chop and not feel like you have to start over when you do restart lessons, because that can be kind of frustrating. So what I want to do today, if you'll play along with me, we can just follow along that way, and you can watch this really anytime. So let's start with hand number 1. I want you to start hands separate. I'm sorry, by hands separate, I mean hands 1 octave apart, just like this. Okay, so play along with me. Hand in number 1. I know this is the harder one for you. You don't like this one as I know it's not quite as easy for you, but that's why I want you to do it. This is the very first one. Now, the one that you like, you can follow along with me, certainly. I'm going to do it a little faster since this is one that's easier for you. Sorry. See, I skipped that part. So now that you're getting good at that second one, you can go, rather than going and stopping, you can go, and then immediately to G. Cool, huh? So now that, again, you're so good at that particular one, you can challenge yourself just a little bit and take out that landing and just continue on. So the first part goes right on into the second part. What I'd love for you to play on a regular basis is Fioraliza. I would love for you have that printed out. Definitely your entertainer has been excellent. I'm really, really proud of you on that. You've been doing a great job. And for sure, Moonlight Sonata. Okay, so once again, what I want to show you is when Moonlight Sonata goes into, right, and see, and I know it's so tough to keep your fingers sort of rounded like that, like a bubble when they're that spread. I'm also checking, I can see myself in the camera, I'm checking my alignment here too. See, and I'm making sure I'm not locked here or locked down here. But remember, so to keep, right, just make sure that everything is sort of rounded, that the wrist isn't locked, that it's very loose, but it's still aligned well. That's what I want you to remember for that Moonlight Sonata. The left hand has been going really great. You've been doing a great job on that. And remember to just don't allow yourself really to get frustrated. That one can be, I know, can be particularly frustrating, but just letting it, hands separate for sure, letting it sort of run its course in each hand. I think that's the name of the game for that Moonlight Sonata. Again, the entertainer is great. You've been doing a great job sort of putting them together. Once again, if you need to separate them, fine. But those are the three that we've been working on. You've been doing really great at. The other one is fireflies, of course, right? So as far as the rock and roll is concerned, and is a great one because the chords are pretty standard, so to speak, but they're the rhythm isn't. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look up So I know that you have a version. I don't know if mine's exactly your version. Mine's on heartwoodguitar.com for some bizarre reason. But to me, it actually sounds pretty. It sounds correct. Would not believe your eyes. 10 million fireflies. Remember what's really good about the way Owl City, I know that's not his real name. The way he sings is his speech level singing. So what he does well is he pronounces things every time. Every syllable that he sings sounds exactly like it does if you were to speak it. So if you've ever gotten a chance to hear him speak, maybe on YouTube, check it out. He sings just like he speaks. It's very, very cool. So that's why I love you listening to him, because he really does that very well. What I want you to work on too, that's different from what we've been doing. You've been doing such a good job as far as playing the chords like that. What I'd really love for you to do is try 2 hits each, Gavin, okay? You would not believe your eyes. 10 million fireflies. 4 in that case. But you'll know how many times to press each one. I'm going to tell you right now. 2 for G, 2 for C, 4 for F. Lit up the world as I fell asleep. 2, 3, 4. 'Cause they fill the open air. Leave teardrops everywhere. You leave me room, but I would just stand and 1, 2, 3, 4. Now the chorus is where things rhythmically, like I said, get a little bit weird. I'd like to make myself believe that planet, back to F, Earth turns E minor F. It's hard to say that I'd rather stay awake when I'm asleep. See how fast that was? That never happens anywhere else. Awake when I'm asleep, 'cause everything is never as it seems. And the whole song is just like that. So you do a good job with it, hitting each chord once each time, and that's exactly what I want you to do. That's how I want you to start up. Now do each chord twice. Remember that the key to those playing those chords is, again, keeping that wrist loose and keeping everything like almost floppy. I think that's what you really are looking for, because otherwise you'll just find that over time, even by the end of the song, your wrists are pretty tired out and they're just kind of done, kaput. So even better than I was doing. I wasn't doing a very good job of it. But your wrists will tell you. If you're not playing technically correct, usually your hands will tell you about the end, especially with this chord stuff, So have fun with everything. Keep playing. look back at the other video lessons that I've sent you when this one gets boring. Go back, play through things, play old stuff, play your mom's old book. Those things are really, really valuable, even though it may seem like it's kind of like going backwards. It's not, because you're still strengthening your hands. You're still practicing things like dynamics and style and phrasing and legato and staccato. You're still learning all those things. So even though technically might not be tougher, it still gives you a chance to practice all those wonderful extra things, the texture, and that's